After the doctor told me you're lucky to be alive and God has a purpose for your life, okay. And they had given me some space because they were all over me. And I after they gave me some space, I called my husband. Honey, what happened? I'm still confused. They've not really told me anything that really happened. They're just telling me I'm lucky. What happened? Why am I in the hospital? Why did you call the paramedics? What happened? Okay, my husband started telling me, as the man is trying to talk, he's crying. As he's trying to talk, the man is crying. Honey, why are you crying? He's talking, he's cleaning his eyes, he's overwhelmed, he's just shedding tears. Now he's releasing all the emotions, gratitude, everything. And he told me the whole story. I said, okay, no worries at all. Okay. Okay, I've heard. Then I told him the doctors were gonna keep me for a little longer, and they wanted to run some more tests. They were running an MRI on me and all that. He said, okay, that as soon as they're done, I should let him know he'll come pick me up. He doesn't want to just leave the kids alone in the house. I said, okay. All right. After that, I called my dad. My mom and my dad were there, were together. So I called my dad. My dad woke my mom up like, see what happened. My dad just said, Nata, is that the hospital? What are you doing there? At this time of the night, what are you doing in the hospital? Are you okay, you know? And my mom was like, hey, what happened? What is it? I told them what my husband told me. My mother said, yes, God has fought the battle. That God has raised a standard against the enemies. We have won, you know? Victory is ours. We have won the battle. My mom was just grateful to God. She was just thanking God. After that, they discharged me. I went home. Then the hospital called again that I need to come for more MRIs. I was doing MRI. I can't count how many MRIs I did. They did not say anything that was wrong with me. They were even asking me, oh, have you ever had this? Have you ever? Nothing. And the doctor says this beats his imagination, because how can someone that has nothing, as in a clear medical history, how can this just happen from nowhere? That they need to keep checking. They were checking until doctor said they found some fluid here in my nose. Okay. I said, maybe it is, Winnipeg is very cold. Maybe it is the winter, the snow, the cold or anything. But this one we're in summer, like July, you know. So they said, okay, they need to check more. They said, it is just that fluid they saw. Okay, fine. I said, okay, give me a medication I can take that can dry it up or something I can do. So they asked me more questions. And I told them, oh, now I remember, in 2017, right? In 2017 of January, I remember vividly that when I sleep, when I sleep and I wake up, fluid will be, as in my pillow will be wet, fluid from my nose, on my pillow. And I'm wondering, I don't normally have sinus, I don't have catarrh, so what could be the problem? I said, okay, maybe because I use this bleach and everything to wash my toilet. I'm always washing toilet every other day. The bathroom has to be clean and shining. Maybe I'm reacting to the harsh chemicals. That was what I told myself. They said, okay. It was only later I found out that all those fluids draining out of my nose, 2017, 2018, 2019, then this happened in 2020. My brain fluid. My brain fluid draining out of my nose. Now, the brain fluid and the spinal fluid, they are all together according to what I've studied and what my senior brother has taught me, because he's in the medical line. So, all the brain fluid and everything had drained out of my nose. And it's just like when a child is like in like a placenta. Sorry, is it placenta they call it? When you break the water, and the child becomes distressed. When a woman's water breaks, the child, and there's no fluid for the child to swim in, the child becomes distressed and the child would, labor, you don't want to come out. That's the same thing on the brain. There's no fluid. The brain, it's just hitting the cranium, empty skull like that. Enough of my science lessons. So that was what happened. So when I went to meet the doctor, they summoned me again. I went to meet the doctor. Doctor said that they need to take out the fluid that is here so that what happened will not happen again. I said, okay, choke injection and choke needle or something injection and drain it out now. The doctor said, no, they have to do what? A brain surgery. I'm like, eh? I said, oh, guy, if you're my village people and it's you they send, tell them you did not see me. A brain surgery, okay? For, you say small fluid. Hey, it will dry now. It's just like a sinus. The man said, no. The surgeon said, no, we have to do it. We have to take it out. I went back. I went home. I told my husband, I begged, tell my name. He said they want to do brain surgery. My husband was looking at me like this. Babe, okay, we have to do it. I said, no. Do what surgery? It's not possible. For what? It's not just fluid. Fluid will go now. I said, don't you used to have kata? Does your own not go? Why will my own? They will not break my head to remove fluid. I beg. The surgeon called, the hospital called me again. Oh, quick. They said they need to schedule me ASAP. Hey, Jesus. Then I knew it was serious. Then I knew it was very serious. Then I tried to go to other doctors to see if there was any other way around it. Spoke to my dad, my brother, everything, and yet nothing. I now had to go for the surgery. And they used the whole of August. This happened in July. They used the whole of August to run tests. And in September, I had to go for surgery. On the 22nd, thereabouts, I had to go for surgery. I had a 4.5 hours brain surgery, ear to ear. Like my friend would say, she said, Mildred, they gave you a full frontal. I said, yes. They gave me Queen Elizabeth's crown. I'll put the pictures up. So they literally went into my hair, took down my skin and opened my skull. Like saw my skull open like this, ear to ear. 4.5 hours brain surgery. Do you know why I'm grateful to God? Some people go in for surgeries that are just, casual. And guess what happens? Those surgeries, they, what's it called? Some people don't make it out alive. But my own, God saw me through. 4.5 hours brain surgery. I was on the operating table. I didn't know what happened to me. My God was there for me. When I tell you for sure that God is mindful of me, when I tell you for sure that, see, I am his baby, when I tell you for sure I'm his firstborn, first daughter, I'm his last daughter, when I tell you for sure I'm the apple of God's eyes, I had a 4.5 hour brain surgery, skull as in ear to ear. Do you know what that means? He saw me through. I'm grateful to my mother that God used her. She saw it. I'm grateful to God that God gave me a praying husband. God gave me my father was praying. My father is not even the pray type. He was praying. My brothers, when they heard, my sister, when she heard, she said, Mildred, I'm coming to stay with you. I'm coming to be with you. I was not there telling her, don't worry, don't worry. Now I will tell you everything I did and what I said towards the preparation of my surgery in the next video. Thank you.